the Tsumegaishi sweep is one of the most effective sweeps that we have from the open guard position. And one of the reasons that it's so effective is because it puts our partner in a position as if they're going to do a forward roll. So although you can think about a sweep as being a situation where you're blocking off one side or part of your partner's body and then taking away their base and knocking them over, another way to think about these sweeps is by considering what our partner would naturally do if they were going to do a forward roll. And so if he were going to do a forward roll, what we would want to do is, yes, we would want to take away, in this case, his base of support. But actually, what we would really want to do is we want to get him rolling, doing a forward roll over this shoulder. Okay, so the same way that you would do from a standing position, in judo they call it ukemi, you would want to roll over this shoulder in order to be able to land your partner flat on their back, or if you were being thrown, you would want to land in a way where you minimize the impact and you allow the momentum to carry you through. So for good Tsumegaishis, and a lot of Tsumegaishis, not all of them, but a lot of them, essentially what we're trying to do is to take our partner over onto their shoulder so that they will effectively do a forward roll. The way that we usually do that is from an open guard or butterfly position. We set our legs so that we have an open space out to the side. We do that by going into half butterfly and tucking one of our legs. Then we do that by creating a little bit more of an angle on our partner so that this space opens up and we have a place in which to throw them. Okay? So usually when we're talking about Tsumegaishi from here, the way that we begin is by creating the proper positioning so that there's a space into which we can throw our partner. Okay? We tuck a leg, we move out to the side. The next part of this is making sure that we get the grips that we need in order to be able to settle our partner down and effect the sweep. We want our lifting leg, that's going to be our inside leg, to do a lot of work, but we want to do it in the proper direction. So in this case, again, the direction is in this 45-degree angle so that he can do this roll over his shoulder, okay, rather than taking him directly out to the side. So we tuck the leg, we put our inside foot in place, and then we go about getting our grips. So the way Tsumegaishi is traditionally taught, you set your position, you get your grips, and then you execute. Okay, so we'll look at that first. We tuck the leg, plant the hand, and create this open space. Then we go about getting our grips. A lot of times this will involve some sort of handwork up top. Okay, you'll be engaged with your partner here. We're going to start with a cross grip so that our left hand comes to our partner's collar, and we support that with a right hand crossbar so our elbow is up. This is going to be the arm that goes underneath our partner. Now it's hard if you just try to reach because your partner can see what you're doing, and oftentimes he'll start to back away or he'll start to re-pommel inside and make your job a little bit harder. So we're going to begin with a pull. We're going to take our hand, we're going to elevate, we're going to bring our partner forward and get our head right by our hand. That's going to allow us space to wrap and get a grip, in this case on the belt. There are a number of places you can grip. The belt is good. You don't need to grip too far around the corner, but you do want to make sure that you're not too short on your partner's left hip. In this case, we're aiming right from mid-back, getting a firm grip on the belt, 4 fingers inside. Okay, next we want to get this hand. And oftentimes your partner is a little bit cagey with this hand. If the hand is out, that's best case scenario. We reach and we're going to take a grip over our partner's wrist in this case. We're going to use the bottom 3 fingers to control the sleeve, and we're going to get a firm grip here so that we can turn our palm up. We don't want our partner putting their hand down on the floor once again. So we draw our partner's hand in and we bring it across their center line. You can see already what we're beginning to do. We're beginning to take this arm into a position that makes it look like they're going to do a forward roll. Okay, we're pulling this arm out of the way, exposing the shoulder. So initially, our grip, we reach, we gather our partner's sleeve, and we bring it in, drawing it across and punching it through. Now, when we go to fall, our first emphasis is getting our shoulder to the floor. We want to take our left shoulder and we want to put it right on the mat. When we do that, we're going to raise our right elbow so that we can bring our partner with us. There's no sense in having a loose arm and falling so that our partner stays exactly where they are. And if you've got someone who's giving you a lot of resistance, they'll tend to posture up and move away and you'll lose the grip. So when we fall, it's important that our right hand grip, elbow goes high, and we bring our partner's head with us as we go. Now you'll notice that he's still on 2 knees and he's a little bit out of balance, but he's not totally off balance yet. So in order to create that off balance, we're going to take our bottom leg and we're going to extend it through. The bottom leg goes through. This is going to be our drive leg, and we put our pinky toe on the floor. Now we begin the action of pulling with our right hand and lifting with our right leg to be able to settle our partner down here on their shoulder. Your job is not done here. We have to take our knee up off the floor and push. We want to drive so that we can follow a resisting partner, settle them down, and finish the sweep effectively. So, from a different angle, we're sitting facing our partner. We begin in line with our partner. We plant a hand, tuck a leg, and misalign to create the space into which they will fall. Next, we go about getting our first grip, our belt grip. We start with a cross collar grip and a frame arm. That draws us forward. We bring our partner into us, and we take a belt grip around the back. Now, in this case, we are able to take our partner's sleeve. Sometimes, if you feel like it's difficult to get your partner's sleeve, you can offer your own sleeve. Your partner will see it, they'll take the bait, and you can go over the top and get your own grip. We drive that hand in. Next, our own shoulder goes down to the mat so that we begin the action of off-balancing our partner. Now, he may be wanting to keep his head up, yep. And so even as this happens, we still have enough drive to be able to bring our partner's head outside the line of their right knee. If you look when we begin, his head is properly centered. It's in between his two knees. When we put our shoulder on the floor and raise our right elbow, we take our partner's head outside the line of their knee, beginning the process of breaking their balance and affecting some kazoo. Our bottom leg goes through, we put our pinky toe on the mat. Now we're going to lift and draw. Right elbow goes high as we push with our drive leg up off the mat, and our right leg begins to lift. Now, if you'll notice, we want to continue to push. Don't be satisfied with your left knee on the floor. You want to push and walk until you can settle your partner down into the top position. So, from a different angle, one last time, our partner is facing us on the knees. You have to kind of take a moment and assess when you're working with a partner from the open guard, whether you are directly in front of them, so you're symmetrical with them, or if you are asymmetrical with them, that you have an angle from which to attack. And as we would do from the standing position, when we're looking to sweep or submit, 9 times out of 10, we're looking to create an angle on our partner rather than staying directly in front of them. When I'm directly in front of him, if he puts his hands on my shoulders, for instance, it's very easy for me to be driven back and driven down flat. So instead, we want to create an angle. That means that when he goes to drive, in this case, I have a hand behind me, and I can change the angle by moving out to the side and maintain my posture. Okay, so one, we tuck a leg and we create this empty space out to our left side. Then we get our cross grip. Our second hand comes as a cross spring bar. We put our head here and draw. Here's our belt grip. Doesn't matter if your partner keeps a grip with their left hand over your back or if they choose to take a whizzer grip, okay? Now we're going to offer our sleeve to our partner. They take it, or we snatch their sleeve and draw their hand in across their center line. The goal is to punch it down through towards their belt. Next, our shoulder goes to the mat. So even if he keeps his head up high, upright, and brings his weight off to his left side, you can do that now, please, yeah? When we tilt, we're still able to take the head outside the line of the knee. And that's what we're looking for with Tsumegaishi. We extend our bottom leg, plant our toes on the floor, and we begin to rise. Our right leg is the elevator, driving our partner through. We plant our knee and find ourselves in the top position. So, this is a very basic way of entering into Tsumegaishi with some details that give you a good framework for what we're trying to do, which is to say, essentially make our partner do a forward roll, how we get there using our entry and a misalignment, and then we've got grips, an under back grip with the belt, and then a sleeve grip that allows us to take our partner up and